I have had a blessed day today, 100%. Spending time with my child is the best. Father God, give us some words of wisdom today. We've had a wonderful day thanks to you. To you be the glory, Lord. Thank you for your love. All right. Do a sound check here. Thank you for the love, Omar. Good to see you, my brother. Edward. Omar, how you let Edward beat you on the first like, man? God bless you, Edward. How you doing, brother? Good evening, my friend. Man, I had a good live today earlier. Good conversation. Somebody must have had to hear the word of God today. Man. All right. Oh, very nice. Family time, baby. The best time of our lives. Especially with the father-in-law. That's a good thing. Respect, my friend. Respect. Want to see how many people we're getting here today. We got a few on already. Guys, if you're coming in, go ahead and please give us a like. That way I know that you guys are in here. Got a lot of people that can moderate for me, apparently. Feeling kind of good. What's going on? What's keeping you down, brother? Right now, what's keeping me down is just a little bit of gas, but other than that, I'm good. Oh, man, that's horrible. Well, I pray that that kind of good turns into really good, my friend. Miguel Salinas, living for Christ during this time is the best time to preach Jesus. Amen, brother. And I do my best whenever I can. I think sometimes people don't understand that we're all human, we make mistakes. I had an idea, Dennis. If the lefties get too crazy, do a 5-minute prayer. I might have to do that. Man, this is going to be a tough one for me today. It's going to be a tough one, I tell you that. And I'm having some really bad stomach pains. Miguel, I will take that advice, my friend. I will take that advice. We got 28 people in here, it looks like. Yeah, I don't have any of it, so those pains. They say they're almost as bad as birth pains. That's got to be crazy. I don't know if that's true, but sucks getting old, man. Sucks getting old. I don't know. Precious Matului. Talofa, my love. Alofa. Alofa to you, my love. I didn't know that I was going to have that pain on my stomach. I would have stopped by the store first. This is going to be tough, man. Lord, please help me. Help me. Let's see. Jim Borgini says, Ultra Mega Arizona. God bless Arizona. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for dropping a comment in there. I appreciate it. I spent 2 days with my grandson. Getting old is great, says Nathan Dunlap. I agree, brother. I agree. Grandson, huh? Man, so you must be older, brother. You might be older brother than me. Edward says, Trump released 300 hours of interviews with G. Maxwell. We wanted to hear something about Maxwell, right? We wanted to hear the news. You know what's crazy is that people say, I want to hear what she has to say because I know Trump is guilty and I know that Trump is this and that. And then she goes and speaks and she says, Trump was a perfect gentleman. I don't know. What can we do with that? What can we do with that? That's not the list. See, I think that people are so caught up on this guest list. I don't think if I was Epstein, I don't think I would keep a guest list, but I would keep videos, files on all of my people, right? My customers. So I don't know if anything like that is going on. What I do know is that DOJ has dropped the first batch of documents, and I know a lot of people are hoping that that Donald Trump's name is in it. And the thing is, like, when the documents show that Donald Trump is not in it, they say, oh, they took his name off. They will never truly be happy with the information that they get. Let's see. Javier Guillermo, Trump is anything but a healthy gentleman. Did I say healthy gentleman? A gentleman. I'm sure I said a gentleman. I don't know. Maybe I said that. I don't know. I can't remember. Baby B still thinks that we're protecting pedophiles. Man, so sad. I don't think we're ever going to be able to find common ground. You know, it doesn't matter what proof we give people about. How do we tell them that right now Trump is the right leader? How do we do that without insulting them or without talking bad about what they believe to be their party? Maybe that's why I'm having gas. I'm drinking Diet Dr. Pepper. That might be the problem right there. I will tell you this. I am trying to work on my skills of trying to stay on point without getting too upset about this. People going crazy when they hear the facts. It's like they don't hear anything. I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't know. But I'm hoping that you guys are having a great Saturday. It is 6:20. I spent some time with my daughter swimming. It was great. I had a good time doing a live around noon today. A lot of support, which I appreciate, of course. And let's see. Dina Horton says, "Don't worry, we feel the same way with you, Trump supporters." So I go to channels that have people that vouch for what they call the left. Okay. Now I go there because I try to be fair. I'm trying to find a common ground, and I'm going to talk about Chris Coleman a little bit. Only list I want to see is the Book of Life with Dennis and Miguel's name in it. Amen. And hopefully many, many more names. Man, that would be awesome. Eddie Herrera doesn't think he's brown enough to be profiled. Guys, that's borderline racist, bro. Come on. We don't want that in the chat. Remember that. Don't make me get some moderators in here. I got a couple of volunteers. You guys are going to be getting banned and put in the corner. All right, behave. Just be good. You just pick me. Your boyfriend will never pick you. The DOJ was supposed to release files Friday to Congress. They did, Deacon. They released the first batch already. Not everything, but they released the first batch. Remember, they are trying to go through this document themselves. No, not to get Trump's name out of it. They have to get those documents themselves, and then they start passing them by batches so that they know exactly what's going out, not holding anything back. But they got to verify everything that they have in there. It is part of the files. I get it. I understand the mistrust. The Democrats in government lied to us for so many years. We said, don't trust, so we don't trust. But what we have seen is the left tried to, they put the whole world on lockdown. You remember that? They lied to us about the COVID shot. Remember that? They also told us that if you had COVID, you got to go into a ventilator. Right? Got a what do you call it? Got a contract with Netflix. Got a story out. He made millions. Pharma made billions, if not trillions, throughout the world. They've done all this. They lied to us about it, and they got rich off of it. You guys don't forget that, right? Even if you don't like Trump, let's not forget what they have done to us. Let's take Trump out of the equation. Forget about Trump. We don't like Trump. Forget it. You know what? Forget Trump. We are just, right now, we are just American. All right? Forget about Trump. But you cannot forget what they did to us. They forced us to take a vaccine that didn't work. It was worthless. They lied to me. They promised me that if I took this shot, I wouldn't get sick. I got sick 4 times with COVID. 2 of them were very miserable. The other 2, not so bad. Actually, 5 times. The 5th time was this year in July. It's like an antiviral thing, all right? But they sell it in the pharmacy in Honduras. Over here, they don't give you that shot. They don't allow you to buy that shot. They don't make it available for us to get that shot. But in Honduras, I bought like 4 of them. My daughter got COVID. I gave her 1 shot, never showed me symptoms of anything. 3 shots, I was perfect. I was able to enjoy my time with my daughter on vacation. We snorkeled for hours. We walked for hours. We bathed in the river for hours. Man, I got this much sick. The first night sucked. But after that, this is the sick after I got the shot. And that was it. Unbelievable. Or as my friend Jesse Lee Peterson says, amazing. That's just amazing. I love that guy, man. He's pretty old by now. Not reading comments because I'm trying to stay on point. Forget about Trump. But let's not forget how they lied to us about the vaccine. Remember that before you took the vaccine, now mind you, they forced us. It was mandatory. A lot of you smart, wise patriots were able to hold on. I didn't allow for this vaccine to hit my kids or my wife. That's a point. But I had to go to my nephew's wedding, and I mentioned this on my live before. So I took the shot, okay? That was the only reason. And I knew it was bull. It was bull. They lied to Trump, saying the vaccine was good. Trump was excited. This is the fastest that we have gotten this vaccine done. Here it is. While Dr. Fauci was behind, hiding, hey, the president, you go ahead and tell him this and tell him that. And then when the time came to stand up for the information given, Fauci disappeared and took the side of the Democrats. They defended, they protected Fauci, they made him the greatest doctor in the world, they gave the greatest father award, the greatest husband, the greatest civilian, citizen, all kinds of awards for Fauci. That son of a gun needs to be in jail. Now we're finding out We all knew this. It was not true. They shut down the churches while they allow LGBTQ and protesters to be out in the open by the thousands. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Don't forget, ignore Trump right now. What have Democrats done for us? Now, I'm not talking about you patriot Americans, okay? I'm talking about the corrupted Democrat politicians, the communists that pretend to be Democrats. They tell you rules, but they're only for you, not for them. Let's not forget who serves who. We have voted them in office. They need to serve the people. We don't serve them. We don't have them in office so that they can lock us down. They told us that the food, well, Airhead Kamala Harris says the economy is doing so good. It's doing so good that prices are higher. Don't forget. Biden said, you are my border czar. Kamala Harris, we've been to the border. No, you haven't. Well, we've been to the border. Which is like, well, I haven't been to Paris either, but what does that got to do with anything? That's the airhead Kamala Harris that a lot of people wanted to vote for. Isn't that crazy? Prices don't get high because the economy is doing great. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. You remember that commercial with the old ladies? Ah, they're so cute. I love old people. I love old people. Really old people, okay? They're just the sweetest. And I hate it when people take advantage of them. You know, I saw really old senior citizens that are kind of suffering for some type of dementia and you know, just kind of, you know, just things, you know, they're going wrong. And I remember this lady, they interviewed her. She was so afraid at this park. All these older senior citizens at the park. They were all there just like, you know, protesting Trump and no king, rally, blah, blah, blah. And this lady said, I'm so afraid. Like, I don't know where we are. And, oh, man, that makes me mad, man. They're going to use our elder people, guys. Come on. Nothing to do with Trump. I know these people hate Trump. But that is not Trump's doing. That is the corrupted Democrat politics. How can I be impartial? How can I say Democrats are doing something good when they're not? I wish I had something nice to say from Democrats. I used to support Democrats. For Pete's sakes, what have they done good? They keep lying to you. And then they tell you Republicans are lying to you. They don't have the facts. Here's a fact for you. You love democracy? I love democracy. This is a republic constitution that I believe only belongs to American citizens. Now, I had an argument earlier about that in my Spanish live. Now, I want to apologize. Guys, I mentioned it on my previous live at noon. I said, if you see me go live, right after this live, it's going to be in Spanish. So no English. I'm sorry, but if you get on there, just leave. It's only for Spanish people. Now, if you speak both languages, of course you can stay there and we can dialogue, okay? But we were arguing that the Constitution, I believe, it's for we the people. Now, hear me out. I know that the Supreme Court or whoever is the judges that interpret the Constitution, I know they have interpreted different than I do. But this is what I believe. When the Constitution says, we the people, it does not mean residents. It does not mean tourists. It does not mean workers. It means only American citizens. Only people that can vote. Now, a lot of people say, well, hey, you know, the black people were not considered citizens. Well, they were not considered humans either. They were considered 3/4 human, which I think is so ridiculous. Of course they're humans. People back then were stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that was perfect, but even they didn't have a right. But then we have a civil war. This civil war, they become free men. And now the children of slaves are free. So now they can vote. Now they are the people. And then the women, you know, they were the people because they're the wives. But then the women get the right to vote. Now they're the people as well. They have a voice because they can vote. Residents cannot vote. That's my point. We, the people, is for American citizens. And anybody that wants to be an American citizen has to support that, has to respect that, has to honor it. Because when it's their turn, they will also receive that benefit, that merit. You see what I'm saying? It's an honor. It's a privilege. Even to be born in this country from legal parents, it's a privilege. Man, God bless you all. Hey, Trinity, how are you? Good to see you here. Ben, thank you, brother. Tony, all right, he says, I'm a Black American and I was the 9th Infantry Division, 1968. Thank you for your service, sir. And we didn't have the same rights as whites. I think that was bull crap. And I am glad today they do. We have come a long way as a nation. And, you know, I am glad that now in age, you see biracial couples all over the place. There's no more black bathrooms. There's no more white bathrooms. Now we can all go in the same bathroom. Isn't that awesome? I will tell you, Tony, I'm sorry that you had to live through those times, but I'm also glad that you have, because I think that you're one of the few people on this country that can relate to how much this country has changed for the better. Am I right? I think that's awesome. God bless you all. Thank you for being here with me today. Jimmy says, I'm Asian. Once dated a white girl. Met her mom and her boyfriend. All right, but whoa. Am I reading that right? Your girlfriend's boyfriend or her mom's boyfriend? How does that happen, man? She should be married, right? All right. A dude was talking how he can't sell his house to me, mentioning the Chinese Exclusion Act. Low-key hate still exists. So we have something, we had, not anymore, something similar happened here in Washington State, but they have made it all about black people now. Now they want to do anything. When somebody wants to buy a house, they charge $100 extra, and that goes to black people for reparations. It doesn't go to Asians, which it should, to be honest. But there was something similar here in Washington. I don't know much about it, but I know that was part of it, so I can't speak too much on it. Either that or he was full of crap and he don't like you, bro. Miguel Salinas, he's a proud Mexican. And God bless you, brother. I love my Mexican brothers, man. Let's see. Open borders was the biggest mistake that we made. I agree. Let's see. Let me see where we're at. All right. Let me read one more here. Ethan says, oh, okay, Dabs, how about we talk about Bill Clinton too? Man, poor Bill Clinton, man. I don't think he should have been kicked out of office, to be honest. I think that, you know, whatever, got the BJ done. Hey, you know what? Get rid of her and be better. I don't think that was enough to kick him out of the office, to be honest. I think he was doing a good job. Don't hate me for that, guys. I think he was doing okay. I got to go, but Mr. Herrera, these people need to wake up, and God bless you. Keep the faith. All right, Ben, thank you. Have a good night. You be blessed, my brother. Arrest Bill Clinton then. Let's see. Blue Ocean. Woke is the worst thing that has happened to this world. Man, that's one of the worst. I agree. I do agree. Let's see. Dabs, don't spam the chat or you will be put in timeout. Freaking babies. Irish hippie says the people not Irish. Ah, man, what the hell did you just say? Somebody translate for me. Lope, nope. Who pays for tariffs? All right, well, technically, we all do. But it is really meant more for businesses that don't want to build here in America. Okay, so thank you for the question. Finally, somebody freaking asked me a question that is legit. So I know a lot of people are feeling the burdens of it, but let's be honest. What do tariffs do for us? You guys know the history of the tariffs? You guys know that before 1913, we didn't pay taxes as the people. Remember why we got rid of the British? You remember why we got that? Because of taxes. And of course, they were burning villages and, doing bad things, right, to the American people. So we got rid of them. Consumers do feel the tariffs in some point. Now, let me ask you something. Lope, do you think that it's better to have cheap products being imported into the United States, or do you think it's better to provide jobs for American people here and pay a little bit more? Let me put it like this to you. If you pay tariffs, right? If you pay tariffs, put it like this. If you pay tariffs, you're going to pay a little bit more, right? Because that business is importing things to the United States. So that price impacts us, okay? Now, what if the same price we had to pay, but instead we are paying a little bit more so that we can have those businesses do business here in America? What do you think about that? You think that's a good idea? Do you think it's worth it? I think it's worth it. America first. Most Americans are going to say cheap products. Yeah, I believe that. And if you think it's otherwise, you are delusional. I'm glad I answered that before I finished reading it. No, I agree with most of the stuff that you guys say. I don't know why people think that I'm just a one-sided guy. Why does man, bro, Mike, I don't know what the hell you're saying, bro. I can't even get past your first words. Want to talk about Bill Clinton? Just talk about Dennis, the Honduran live in our country. How about that? Okay, we're going to ignore you, Mike. That is not loving. All right, Lope. Let's see. Lope says tariffs will fast-pace automation with robotics. You don't anything about the economy. I think he says that I don't know anything about economy. All right, so let me tell you something. What do you see at McDonald's right now? Do you see those self machines making a lot of dollars? Do you think those self-ordering machines at McDonald's and at Taco Bell, do you really think they're replacing people that have to cook the food? I'm going to tell you that the moment that we get rid of humans doing those kind of jobs completely is the moment those businesses go out of business. That's just what I believe. It is a good question. And I can see why people are afraid of robotics. I get it. Robotics is something that we're going to use, okay? That's something that's going to stay. There's going to be a lot of automation. When building cars, there's a lot of automation. When, let's say, for example, a company that builds electronic boards, there is a lot of automation. But there is thousands and thousands of employees in the manufacturer because they have to have humans to do this job. As much as actual making the product is going to be robotic, okay? It's going to be automated. But there is a lot of people that still needs that job. See, you're thinking very small. You're thinking that you're just going to do one manufacturer coming back to make cars, and then automation, there's going to be no room for cars. That's not how it works. They still going to need thousands and thousands of people because automation cannot do everything that a human can. Automation is not going to fix cars. Automation is not going to be able to put an engine together completely from scratch. It needs a human touch. You cannot have automation for building Boeing planes. You need to have a human touch. There is some things machines cannot do. And if we have more manufacturers coming back over here, that's hundreds and thousands of jobs more. You guys are willing to pay 8,000% for a medicine that we can get here for $8. You pay $800 for it. Why not bring those machines over here? And that way, that will help our medical healthcare system. We are going to be able to have medicine that is affordable to the American people. You gotta look at it in a big picture. You guys are stuck on this little tiny picture of how that's going to work. It is a great question, Lo. It is a great question. And finally, somebody asked me a legit question that I can try to, dive into. All right, now that we got rid of Trump, hate, and TDS, I got to go back to my hat because it's matching with my tight shirt. It shows all the fat around me. Let's see. Tree says they also don't want to pay factory workers a livable wage in the United States of America. So what do we have to do for manufacturers to pay livable wages? Number one, I know the left don't want to hear this. We need tax cuts for the rich, for the people that have these big manufacturers. We need deregulation. We need to lower taxes so that they can keep more employees. The less taxes they pay, the more money they can pay on wages. Do you know how a business runs, guys? Do you know that a company that wants to hire an employee, they have to pay the rate that they pay the employee, and they have to pay the same rate to LNI, and they have to pay the Social Security. They also have to offer a 401k. They also have to offer health benefits, which even though you get a benefit, it might be expensive to you, that business owner has to also pay on those health benefits. They have to pay so many things behind doors, you guys have no idea. Unless you're a business owner, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So that's where I'm at with that. Because the regulation has done so much good for the working class over the last 30 years. Absolutely. And you have a point. And this is what I have been saying. For the last couple of decades, Democrats have been getting rid of all the American jobs and have sent them overseas. Now, Donald Trump has to bring that back. Lockdown said trickle-down economics is a scam. It could be, if you believe that, I understand why. But let's not forget, let me get to the other side of tariffs, okay? Because we also have local taxes. Thank you, Trinity. We have local taxes. There is some people that go on CNN and they say, well, vegetables are more expensive because of tariffs. How many in here believe that? Let me grab a water while you think about it. Whew. Okay, how many of you believe that? Yes, but look, you have to understand. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. I appreciate your chats. That's awesome. I appreciate the love. I understand what you're saying. Tariffs are a tax, but it's a different kind of tax. It's not a tax to the people. It is an importing tax. Local, that's what I mentioned, local tax. Hey, that's not a dirty flag, fool. That's the style of the flag. But I hear you. I like that. You care about the American flag looking good, don't you? I appreciate that. God bless you for that, my brother. Let's see. Will you ask your question again, Dennis? All right. Do you believe that tariffs have raised the price of vegetables here in our country? Anybody that agrees with that, let me know. Trinity, I almost forgot what the hell I asked. Hey, Cherry, welcome to the chat. Ooh, compliments. Woo, I like that kind of people coming in here. Okay. I get you, but answer my question. Thank you again. I appreciate it, Lope. I appreciate it. Thank you. Elderman says tariffs, no. Good job. No, tariffs have not raised price. Okay. Who in here believes that tariffs are to blame for vegetables being expensive? The vegetables that we make here, has tariffs made those expensive as well? Nope. Vegetable pricing are rising. That is correct. Trinity, stop helping so much. All right. Okay. I didn't see nobody fall for my trap. TDS is running deep, says Gus. I love you, my patriot Americans. God bless you. You have no idea how much I love you guys. Let me tell you something. You might think that I'm being fake and I'm BSing. I just took my daughter to go swimming at the pool. I have a lot of Mexican friends at the gym where we spend time. And I meet Russians, and there's some Ukrainian, there's some people from Ethiopia, and you won't believe how beautiful I feel seeing all those people in there. We're all in the same water, in the same pool. Guys, it's the most beautiful thing. I love it. And I once want to see, I want to, all right, Loeb, what you got? Deportation of migrants will increase cost of food. I don't agree with it. And I'm going to tell you something. I want to tell you why, okay? I'm not going to leave you hanging with that. All right, look. So tariffs, it's a tax that is meant to put pressure for businesses to do business here in America. Okay, number one, hire American, made in American, support and buy American. If you choose to go internationally, okay, you can save some money. But if you're going to go internationally and you're still going to have to raise the price on Americans buying your product, the incentive is that you make that business here, you get tax cuts, the regulations, and that money should go towards your employees. That's how it should work. I'm not saying that's how it works. That's how it should work. Now, here is why your vegetables are getting higher in prices. This is how your products get higher in practice. I don't need somebody to read a book to me to give me a doctorate or a master's in economics, because these fools, when Donald Trump said that the tariffs was going to put us in a deep recession, they lied. They were wrong. They said the market was going to crash. They said the United States economy was going to crash, and it didn't. It got better. And people are making millions of dollars because of the changes, because of what tariffs have done. So I don't think so. Tariffs are not hurting us. Tariffs are helping us. Canada, just after talking all that mess about the United States of America, they dropped all the retaliatory tariffs on us. How does that work? Guess what? Prices for American products that come from Canada should be cheaper, right? But they won't be. There's businesses out there that are price gouging. Let me tell you, there's businesses that work here in the United States, and they're price gouging, saying that tariffs are affecting them, but they don't import. They make it here. So they're lying to us. Let's see. Thank you again for the support, Lope. Where do manufacturers get their raw materials? Yes, we mine. But we import. Man, this chat went up too fast. Let me see, brother. Sorry about that. But we import about 50% of materials. I agree. Materials, it's something that we can probably build here ourselves. But if you have to, what I'm saying right now is this: the economy needs a lot of help. We are trying to get out of a $37 trillion deficit. And let me remind you that $22 trillion of that is unaccounted for, that Democrats don't want to spill the beans on where that money went. Let's start off with that. Now, I see it as a birthing pain. If I am trying to fix my credit, I have to pay extra money for that debt to go away. But once that debt goes away, I should see some benefits for myself. And if we keep taxing the rich people, they will not be able to hire as many employees as they can. And if you want to hire 100 people at $50 an hour, or if you want to hire 1,000 people at $20 an hour, that is a different change. Let's see, never heard of the new bill that added trillion. That's a good question. In 2024, $4.1 trillion came in as a profit because of tariffs. The government didn't do jack squat with that money. The $37 trillion in debt didn't go away. We made $4.1 trillion and it did nothing. So what the beautiful bill do? We got rid of trillions that were going to a bull crap climate change BS. We got rid of that. We got rid of illegals being on the healthcare benefits, on benefits for food stamps, TANF, and etc. We got rid of probably millions of Americans that were able to work, but because they were being supported by the government so that they can keep being controlled, now they have to go to work. And now all those millions of people that were just being leeches to the system, now they're going to make some money. They're going to pay some taxes. That's going to help our economy. Plus the business deals that Donald Trump has made throughout the Middle East, internationally. They have made $13.4 trillion. Don't quote me, but I know it's more than $13 trillion in investments with AI here in the United States of America. Apple is bringing $600 billion of investment here in the United States because they know that they're going to get tariff if they keep using all that crap from India. Now, we love having India instead of China, but we'd rather have them all here. And that's my point. And so you have to see the big picture. See, a lot of times people don't like me because when I talk, I see the back, the front, the top, the side, left to right, past, the past, the present, and the future. And it's very hard for me to explain why I believe what I believe. But believe me, what's happening right now is the right thing to be happening. Why is it that in my state, now I'm not going to complain. Thank you, Lope. What are you smoking? What reality do you live in? I think I call it the American dream. Let's call it the American dream. But that's just, okay, so you don't agree with any of my ideas on that? Any of them? I'm going to tell you something. I've been joking around the idea of it, but I think I might do it. I might do it. They're going to hate me for doing it, but I think it's premature, but maybe. If I get the funds, if I get the signatures, next election, I'm going to run for governor of Washington State. And this is a state that has 8 Democratic seats and only 2 Republican. All right, but this is what I'm going to do. Bro, just takes an economics class. Okay, I really want to agree with you, Lope. I really want to agree with you. But an economist for 30 years said that the tariffs, 30 years economist, 30 years doing economist, he was wrong and I was right. And I don't have a PhD, bro. I don't have a master's. I don't even have a bachelor's. I was right and he was wrong with his PhD in economics. I don't know what to tell you, brother. But if you disagree, I want to know, do you agree with anything? Any of the things that I've said? Because I'm going to say this, guys. I could be wrong, right, about some things. But what I'm giving you is why I believe what I believe. See, the reasoning behind the things that I believe, that's how I talk, okay? If I am wrong by what I believe, then I could be wrong. But what I want to hear for somebody that contradicts, that what I say will show me the facts, show me the receipts. I show you a fact. They said that we were going to fail because of the tariffs. We're doing fantastic. Nobody's laughing at the USA now. Everybody knows. We're back, baby. We're back on top of the world, as they say. Now, as a Christian, I want to talk humble, right? I don't take credit for none of that. To God be the glory. All the glory. But the fact is, nobody talks to Putin. Receipts. Nobody could stop the war between Israel and Iran. Receipts. What you got? There is belief and there is facts. Sure, I agree with that. They are not the same. I agree with that. Just take a class in economics. I think I'm too old to waste my time on that. But as I said, 30 years experience in economics. He was wrong. I was right. Now, call it an intuition. Maybe if I tell you that I have a master's degree in economics, would that help you believe what I say? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. If I tell, no, we're not doing the OnlyFans, man. If I tell you that my Hispanic people think this way, you still won't believe me, even though I am Hispanic, even though I live Hispanic. You still won't believe me. So is there really a point to try to explain something? I don't know. Maybe there is. Let me give you something. Chris Cuomo. I said I was going to talk about him. Here we go. Chris Cuomo has a show that it's called The Neutral Zone. Well, that's what I call it. That's not what it's called. But he says this is a place where left and right come to communicate, to debate, or whatever his line is. I don't know exactly, right? But that's what I tell you guys too. I didn't copy from him. Mine is original. His is fake. Like fake news. Sorry, I got to bring Cuomo, guys. Come on, give me a chance, Frank. Give me a chance. I saw you this. Give me a chance. I want to bring some receipts, okay? Chris Cuomo was the biggest supporter of his left-wing legacy media, CNN, right? Now, everybody believed them, except for us. Everybody believed Chris Cuomo. They say, Russia collusion, boom, 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 boom. Let's run on it. Let's run on it. We said, no, there isn't. There is no Russia collusion. Now, we're not CNN, but we knew there was no Russia collusion. Chris Cuomo and all the CNN panel, they swore up and down that that was true. It was a fact. People got Pulitzers from that, right? You remember that, right? Receipts. Now Chris Cuomo comes out, leaves CNN. He has no contract with them. He doesn't care what they think about him. And he goes, I am sorry. I was wrong about everything. I was wrong about this, about that. I was wrong. Now he has a show and he talks a little bit more like us. He tries to use some common sense to define what is true and what is not, what's a fact and what isn't. And this is where I'm at. I'm not telling you that what I think is a fact is better than what you think is a fact. But if I have a fact that has proof, evidence, then my fact is right, right? If you give me a fact and you have evidence, Spencer, you're in timeout. Stop typing, guys, so I can put him in timeout. Put user in timeout. I'm going to put you in timeout for, I'll give you 10 minutes. Keep doing that spamming. I'm going to block you completely. Don't spam. If you want your message heard, you got to do what my friend Lopez is doing. Otherwise, just hang tight, and I'll try to read some comments as they come by, okay? Joseph Patriot. Alpha male. Amazing. Let's see. They could care less about you. Maybe. MAGA is GOAT. Gene. All right. I guess We got a couple of leftists in here that like to spam the chat. Let's go ahead and clear this a little bit. I want some questions, guys. Put this guy in 10-minute timeout. You guys are behaving like children. Come on. Yeah, she's in timeout. Don't worry. Gene is going to be in timeout. Kyle, you're about to go timeout. Alex Martinez. Okay, just so you guys know, you know what? I'm not going to put him in timeout. I'm going to tell you something. Do you know what PEDO means for me in Spanish? It means fart. So go ahead and let them do that, because I'm feeling kind of gassy. My stomach is hurting. Let them do that. But the other two that I put in timeout, you guys take one for your team. You guys take one for the left, all right? And then that way we can have a little bit of peace. Did you enter the United States legally? Nate, absolutely. Thankfully, I can say that with such great conviction, thanks to my mother that worked hard to bring us here legally. I'm going to say this, guys, and I mentioned this before. If you guys see Mexicans out there or Hispanics, don't be prejudiced, okay? We don't want that. Love them. All I ask is, if ICE has a warrant for them, it's for a reason. Stay out of the way. That's all I'm saying, all right? Let's see. Many are called and very few are chosen. That's correct, Miguel. Hopefully, we are some of the few. We do have to answer to that call. Yes, you clean toilets. Actually, I have. Even when I was a pastor, I cleaned toilets, my friend. There is nothing shameful about an honest living and to provide a service for others. To serve others, it really is a privilege. There was a lot of people that serve others, and people changed that serve into slave. And this is why we have a problem with the word. But servants are servants. This is biblical. There was masters that owned servants. And then people try to say that those servants were actually slaves. Let me tell you the difference between a slave and a servant. You guys have corrupted, well, not you guys, but your ancestors have corrupted the word servant. A servant, peep this. Hold on, man, I got to drink water because I talk too much over here. A servant works without shackles. That's a servant. A slave works with shackles. Does that make sense? All right. So when the Bible talks about servants and slaves, they do make a big difference. If President Donald Trump was forcing you to do something illegal, I'm against that. But right now, our president, the one that you guys hate, the one name that must not be named. What's the guy's name from Harry Potter? Voldemort? Voldemort, right? The name that may not be named. Excuse me. Erkin says, I'm not a Christian. Ivan, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. You don't have a question, Ivan? You can ask a question next time, okay? I'll look up for your name. I appreciate it. And guys, you don't have to chat, obviously, but if you do, it does help me, obviously. But it makes your messages pop out more for me to be able to read. Let's see. Devils wants to know where the files. G. Medina spelled my name wrong. At least you got the Dennis part right. I'm going to say First Dennis. Appreciate the love and support, my friend. First Dennis. You know what? That's the second time I hear that. You guys are so supportive. I love it. I don't hate him. MAGA baby. I don't hate anyone whatsoever. Trinity, I'm with you. I don't hate anybody. But man, some people really piss me off. They just do. I don't know. They keep pushing the buttons. I said, stop it. They keep pushing. Eventually, you got to respond. And I try my hardest to hold my tongue. But unfortunately, guys, I have ADD, ADHD, and it's a disability that I can't control. You know what, guys? Don't hate me. I'm going to start using some of the excuses that the left uses to get away with their stupidity. Yeah, anything that I say that is wrong, guys. ADHD, okay? I apologize about that. It's not my fault. It's a disability that I'm working with. Danny says, I don't know what Tridor. Oh, he's doing that in Spanish. My bad. I thought he misspelled. Yeah, Tridor is the right way. Put a girl on. Buster Boy, you're on the wrong channel, my friend. You want to see some OnlyFans? That's a different channel. Vende Patria. Danny. All right. Danny says that I'm a what do you call that in English? Nation seller is what he's saying. Now, I don't understand the mentality of these people, but I'm a very proud Honduran person. But I'm even more proud to be an American. Because you see, to be an American has been very hard. To be Honduran, all I had to do was be born. Nothing to do with anything. Joseph Rose. Thank you, my brother. Follow your path God have gave you. Man, a lot of people tell me that, brother. God bless you. God bless your family. May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. Amen. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate the good words that you guys give me. I really believe that, and I thank you for that. I really do. Plus, you know, I appreciate the support that you guys show me. As I said, to me, it is more than enough that you guys are here supporting me, giving those likes. You know, a lot of people subscribe, and I am really, you know, you think that I'll have to have like 1 million subscribers to be thankful. We're only at 2,000, but man, you guys, I appreciate it. It's a lot of support. It helps me keep going on. Let's see, cool cat. For governor of California. Right, you're making me want to go live in California, but I've been a Washingtonian for a few decades, and I feel that I can probably try to do something here since I know Washington pretty well, I think. I know a lot of NGOs that should not be getting any money from the government, and yet they get billions. And who pays for that? Not the tariffs. The local citizens of every state is who pays for those NGOs to be given money from your government in your state. Washington. Fabian is making fun of my accent. Did I say Washington? I didn't say Washington, my friend. But you know what? I think I might just be faking the accent from now on. It must be better. Maybe people like it a little bit better, yeah? I can't even fake an accent. I'll just keep using my bad accent because I can't fake accents. There is shackles, other the physical shackles. What is the difference between a physical shackle and today's economic system? You talk about yokes. Those are not shackles, my friend. They're called yokes. Bro bouncing on it. What? Let's see. Isaiah 6:8 for Dennis. Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can get another one in here. Long live Gulf of America. That is correct, my friend. Any part of that Gulf that surrounds the United States of America is the Gulf of America. If I'm in Mexico and that part of the Gulf is hidden Mexico, I will say Gulf of Mexico. I'm okay with sharing, guys. How about you? Are you okay with sharing? 55 million green card holders. Oh, interesting. I will say, if that's true, if we have 55 million green card holders in this country, and they love America, and they respect America, and they agree by abiding by the laws of this country and not of their prior country, you should apply for the citizenship right now. If you love this country and you're a green card holder, don't wait. Go to the USICS, you know the thing. I learned that from Biden. right? Go and apply. Just fill out the forms, fill out the paperwork, pay the fee. If you love America, you need to become a United States citizen. Right away, apply. Don't wait. Man, that sounds like a sales guy. But I'm saying, don't wait. Drew McMillan, thank you for the chat. What do you got? What's some life advice you give to a youngster trying to make it in America, struggling with life and its hardships? You want me to give you an example? Or do you want me to just give you some advice? I know a guy. He's been emancipated since he was 16 years old, neglected by his family, had no support, found some refuge with some friends, emancipated at the age of 16. He believed on becoming a graduate. He believed that it will bring his people pride. I don't know, there's another word, but I can't think of it in English. But joy, something that will raise your spirit. This kid got a girl pregnant when he was a senior. This kid had to work almost full-time, play sports, trying to get a scholarship, went to school full-time, all on his own, while there were others also having hardships. There was many that had both dad and mother support. They have very expensive shoes, flashy clothing, even gold necklaces, more expensive than the one that I have. This is a cheap one. It is real gold though. This guy felt like the world was on his shoulders, but he never gave up. And those people that had money, had parents, they dropped out. Started selling weed, smoking marijuana, drinking. Right now, I know some. They're not doing so well in life. They're addicted to drugs and alcohol. But that one guy, he graduated from high school. If there's anything that he can say that he can be proud of himself to do in this world, is that he graduated against all odds. Not just making an excuse, I'm oppressed, I'm a victim, I don't have the same opportunities as white people. This kid made no excuses. And today he has something to say I'm proud of, even if it's just high school education. But that same kid, he's not an idiot. He was an A+ student in chemistry, A+ trigonometry. He was an A+ in studies, world history, American history. He did flunk the second semester of calculus, but he graduated with so many extra credits because nobody told him any better. So I will tell you, don't give up in life, work hard, and if there's one thing that you can do if you're a youngster, it's save money. Little by little, you just getting started in life. Believe me, 20 years will go by in your life and you're going to be like, what do I have to show for it? But I guarantee you, with all my heart, 120,000%, if you save every month, $100, $50, $25 every month, you put it aside, you don't touch it, 20 years from now, watch what you have created for yourself. I pray that God gives you wisdom, the strength, and may He guide you. May He touch your heart. May He touch your mind so that you can see the path in front of you. And remember this, we don't know where the other end of the road takes us, or we can't see where we're going, but we know that if we follow this particular road, we're going to get to where we need to go. You are in a path that you may not see in front of you, but if you keep walking there, that road will take you exactly where you need to go. I hope I didn't confuse you on that because I said that wrong at the beginning. But God bless you. I really hope that you get that. All right. Then Lope Nope says, again, thank you for your support, Lope. Tariffs raise costs. Yes, it does. Local producers match the new higher prices. Yes. Corporations pass all costs to consumers. Yes. Leaving no room for savings. It could be. There's a lot of price gouging. But thank you for reminding me, because this is the answer for my local taxes. We in Washington State pay an extra $1 per gallon of gas, meaning tariffs are not affecting it at all. But local taxes raises it over $1. What happens when the gas price goes up? Diesel goes up, trucks that are used for delivery, airplanes used for deliveries, they have to pay more. They have to pay more taxes. They got to pay for more regulations. They got to pay for all kinds of stuff because it's raised by the local government. Why? Because the government is wasting the taxpayers' money on NGOs and programs that do not benefit the taxpayers. We have taxes that we've been paying in gas to support infrastructure, and now they need more money because somehow the money disappeared. How many billions did they give Newsom to make a rail track, and there is not one piece of track laid down? That's what I've heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Drew McMillan, thank you for your love and support, brother. I appreciate you. Trying to use common sense, okay? I'm not a genius. I'm just trying to use common sense, and I know a lot of you think that way. I see that finger pointing at me. The first thing that comes to my mind is America needs you. What did Uncle Sam said? Oh man. Dan, thank you, brother. Appreciate the support. Respect what you do. Out Dallas MAGA, much love. Hey, God bless you and your family, man. Blessings for Dallas people. You guys are amazing. I had some family that live in Dallas there for a while. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are too much. Nick says La Migra. La Migra says the migration ICE is coming. Now I'm going to give you some advice, guys. Lope, common sense would need to take a class. So what do you mean by class? Because I read a lot of books on economics. I don't just do what they say. I strategize what they say. I don't have a college education in economics, but I do read a lot of books. I'll show you a little bit. I do have a lot of business books, and there I have a lot of history actually, plus of course my Bible and the Quran. I got both of that stuff in there. Okay, I like to read. Not because I love to read, but because I like to be informed. I like to know. I like to critical thinking. I like to criticize everything. So that's where I'm at with that. Okay. So stop thinking about taking classes in college and wasting money, getting in debt. Go grab a book. Listen to what the economy is doing. Listen to what the local government is raising in taxes. Look how tariffs are working throughout the world, and then make a decision. It's not hard. I don't need some old guy to tell me that this is what's good for the economy, because they have been wrong, and they are wrong still till this day. How can I trust it? Let me see. Rene, my friend. Tail rail track was supposed to go to Las Vegas in the beginning. Well, I don't think it left anywhere. Not one piece of track I heard. Franco says Honduras is proud of you. Thank you, brother. Let's see. You would know tariff would lead to a depression. I don't think so, homie. You'd be surprised. I'm not sure whose idea it was. But before 1913, this country was sustained by tariffs alone. The citizens of this country didn't pay taxes. We hate taxes. Taxes is what kings collect. And we don't like kings, do we? You guys made a whole march about no king protest, and yet you let Democrats raise taxes like crazy. If they have a lot of money and they didn't earn it, they will never be responsible with it. Look at Letitia James. She has committed fraud with real estate. She didn't get elected to hate some man. She got elected to serve her people. And what has she been doing for her people? She hasn't been doing jack squat for the black community. But you know what she has been doing? She has been spending the billions of dollars that those people have paid in taxes. And this fight that she has, personal fight, by the way, with Donald Trump, she's spending millions of dollars because that is part of your taxes. An attorney general gets protection with your tax dollars. Did you guys know that? So when they say they're going to fight Donald Trump, they don't even respect him as the president. When they're going to fight Donald Trump, what they're saying is, we got billions of dollars from the taxpayers, and of course, we're short on this project, but what the heck? We're going to use it so that we can sue the guy, and sue the guy, and sue the guy. In the meantime, we got to protect our illegal criminals. That's where I'm at with that. If governors and mayors would use the money that they collect from taxpayers wisely, I'm going to give you some receipts. Here in Washington State, we've had governors before Jay Inslee. Jay Inslee was the worst governor that we've had here. Now we have the most worst. His name is Bob Ferguson. Jay Inslee, a lot of people say F. Jay Inslee, right? And that didn't mean first like I say. You guys know what that means, right? So, governors before, we used to have, of course, Microsoft still here. We got Boeing. We got big companies that are multi-million dollars. They pay multi-million dollars in taxes as well. And we had a $16 billion budget. We're good. $16 billion, guys. $16 billion. This is why Washington was not as high as California rent, as California prices. Jay Inslee somehow turned a positive 16 into a negative 16 billion. And then he made it more negative on this next election. And now Bob Ferguson, I believe, has doubled that negative. Receipts, proof, facts. The budget don't lie. Even they say it. And you know what they say when they're like, oh, hey, you know what? We are, yeah, we got a lot of people in the government, and that's a lot of salaries that we got to cover. Plus, we got to give each other a raise. So where do we get this money from? Oh, that's right. Let's raise some property taxes. This is the PhD in economics telling you this. Plus, I know real estate. Talk real estate with me. I know real estate. I should have been a lawyer, to be honest, but I just hate reading too much. Woo! But I think I would have been a good lawyer. If I say so myself, I think I would have been a good lawyer. With that being said, tariffs are necessary. Tariffs is what gives money to the government. And now we're raising taxes to give money to the government, which we said we didn't want to do. This is why we got rid of the British. This is why we became independent. We don't want a king collecting taxes. But that king is now called a governor. Why does the governor think he is a king of some faraway country? No governor should be able to fight against the president of the United States of America. We cannot, well, actually we can. If we have enough people, we can overthrow these corrupted politicians out of office. We just don't have the guts to do it. I get it. Not a problem. I'm not hating on anybody. I respect all right? You like that one, huh? Yeah, I knew it. I knew you liked it. But we're going to respect the law. if we have to respect authority, we're going to respect our mayors, we're going to respect our senators, we're going to respect our governors. And what do I expect? I expect the governor to respect my president. Top of the food chain. They have to respect the president. And they disrespect him like he's some tyrant leader from a third world country that hates the United States of America. When the one thing that he's been doing is the opposite of what they say that he is doing. I give you facts. Chris Cuomo, nobody likes him. Well, I kind of like him now that he's changed. He's still a little left-leaning. He's still there. I hear him. He still does it. But at least he's trying to find facts from both sides. And I can appreciate that. Let me see. I'm going to read some comments in here, give you guys a break. Jonathan, what a waste. Ask a question, bro. Let me tell you something. If I read your comment, you got lucky. Because there's a lot of comments coming through the chat, right? So if I get to your comment, be smart, be wise, put something that will benefit you, okay? Teresa, Newsom is awesome. Yeah, go Newsom. These women, men has a half a good looking and then they just go for him. They just don't care. Sonia Tropstein. MAGA love. MAGA love, USA love. I like it, EC. Love that, EC. Let's see. Ghostface. There's a lot of Democrats in the chat. Hey, they're Americans, brother. Don't hate the Democrats. I know they don't believe me, but I love Democrats, man. They drive me crazy, but I love them because they're American. If they can vote, they're American, guys. Not like the illegals that they use in California to vote. This is why they love him so much, huh? Because they let illegals vote over there. Let's not forget that the one illegal that just killed those 3 people in Florida, they got a heavy license. What do you call those licenses? The CDL? Is it CDL? Yeah, Class C, right? That's for the big trucks. Anybody. C truck, C. Anybody, licenses for big trucks. Anybody. Burritos are like $15. Serious, Eric, man, you ain't, that's no joke. That is no joke. All right, I don't know if it's a CDL. I think it's a CDL. It's a C class, I'm not sure. Whatever license is that you need to drive big rigs. Now, this guy was so commercial drive. Yeah, it is a CDL. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you. Much love to you, man. Much love. Boom, give me some. He makes a U-turn in a freeway. It says no U-turn, even if he didn't speak English. There's a circle where the U cross means no U-turn. And there's a sign, I believe it says that it's only for emergency vehicles or something like that. The guy makes an illegal U-turn, crash. 3 people are gone. And who gave him the license? You guessed it, California. Because our Governor Newsom is doing such a great job in California. Receipts, those are facts. They don't care about law and order. And as much as you guys like to do whatever the hell you want, we need to have law and order. California, Oregon, Washington State, they don't believe in that. That's why you have certain groups roaming around causing chaos. They find any opportunity where maybe there is legit protests going on. Most of them are mental problem people that should be in asylum for mental health issues. They are out there screaming like little babies. It's like they're old, but they're not adults. I don't know what is up with this rainbow, purple, green, blue color on their hair. Just medals across the face all over the place. I mean, it's like they work so hard to make themselves look so unattractive. I don't get it. But hey, to each his own. That's fine. All I'm saying is that there is these little groups of violent people looking for those activities so that they can go cause violence. We got facts. We got facts. California just saw that. Donald Trump had to bring the National Guard. Stopped. Did a job. They got 30 days, got out of there, everything fixed. Mayor Barr, she thought she was in Mexico. She forgot she lives in the United States of America. She's telling our ICE agents, get out. She's telling the National Guard, which belongs in U.S. territory, get out. Guys, I don't make this up. Go look at the videos. This is what they say. Look at the Mexican waters. I have heard her say so many times to get out there and cause violence. You know how many court cases she has under her belt for inciting riots and destructions and violence against American citizens because they have different thought? You know how many court cases she has under her belt? 0. Why is that? And then Donald Trump says January 6th, protest peacefully. Nancy, I'll give you 10,000 National Guard so that they can protect you. And they blame them. They took them to court for years. They incite them with 34 felonies, which actually was just one, and that was fake. They try to get him for bank real estate fraud. That was fake. They even now that he's a president, they still are suing the crap out of him. Thousands of suits against him, and they lose them. They win some because I think some of them, they are not going to be going Trump's way. But most of them, they go his way. And yet these Democrats, they don't go to court. Why? Tell me that. How many times? Hi, Selena. How are you? Thanks for saying hello. Rick says, prove it. Go watch their videos, man. They say it themselves. We talked about January 6th. We talked about the videos that they show you in court, but they didn't show you all the footage. I gave you guys a place to go watch the January 6th video. They still have a video where they have a lot of people inside already with the American flag peacefully. And all of a sudden, somebody comes in and starts becoming a riot. Some innocent lady got shot. And then people reacted to the violence. Of course, we're humans. We react to things. We move in herds. And they know this. They know we're weak. They know that we're going to see something happen and we're going to react to it. Gabe, what a waste of time. You wasted your opportunity. I read your comment, and the comment that you made is not worth reading. What a waste of your time, my friend. But the facts are the facts. If you don't believe me, go look at January 6th footage. Look for, what's the guy, Tucker Carlson. Put his name on there, and it's not because he made it, but that's a link that will take you to the January 6th video. And watch what I'm telling you. And pay attention to the video because it shows a brief clip of a video that I saw from before the actual hearings in court. The police inside are telling people to come on in. Everybody's coming in. They didn't tell people, hey, stay outside. Nobody come in here. Stay outside. No. They allowed the room inside to be filled up. There's receipts. Check them out. Check them out. That's not an edited video, fool. I saw this before the court case. And we saw the FBI agents that were pretending to be Republicans inciting the people. Republicans don't incite violence. And yet these FBI agents that were in there were inciting violence. And then the people start listening and they start chanting. Why do they do that? Number one, I don't understand that part. I got receipts for you. If you don't believe me, go to the website of the government. Search who was pardoned by Joe Biden. And you're going to find that every single police officer involved or any authority involved in January 6th has been pardoned from future crimes. Nobody has taken these guys to court. They haven't been convicted. They haven't been criminalized. And yet they were pardoned. Why? Because if they start digging and digging, they're going to find out that they're guilty. Those sellouts that made it look like Americans were causing that terrorist attack in our capital should be in jail, not the innocents that reacted to their violence. The only person that denied the pardon for Donald Trump, we found out it's actually a Democrat. Has a picture of her with a shotgun and saying something about this is for Trump. Receipts. You say fake news. Fake news, guys, fake news. Yeah, I'm making it up, guys. You guys, all these videos that I saw, they're all fake, guys. Edited. They're edited so that I can believe them. I know, man. I shouldn't be yelling. My bad. I apologize about that. I get so excited, man. Didn't I tell you guys I have ADHD? Come on, man. You guys are discriminating against my disability. Nicolai, God bless you, brother. Thank you. Trinity. They know you're right. They know you're right. Listen, I want no Republican. I don't want anybody that supports me. I don't want anything that supports the president. I want to hear just Democrats. Prove me wrong right now. Everybody else, shut up. Let these guys school us for once. Hey, this chest that you see right there, 275 pounds. Can you do those on your bench press? Go ahead. Let me see. You're in the chat. Man, you live in an echo chamber, says Christopher. All right. That's, these guys come with receipts and facts. Maggot propaganda. Yes. Now we're talking. Prove yourself right now. How about that? Oh, my God. All right. America first, not Israel. Oh, okay, I agree with that. What's Spanish for Uncle Ruckus? Tío Ruku. Moisés de la Cruz Alligator Alcatraz for you. Okay. You see this, right? Trinity, I said don't comment. I want to see all the comments just from Democrats or leftist people. Our beautiful American people. Everybody has a special child. Come on, let them talk. Guillermo, they're not smart enough. Guys, give them a chance. Give them a chance. Just repeating MAGA logic. Rick. Still no proof from TDS. All right, you guys are not letting me have fun. I am so sick of Spanish, says Slim G. Slim G. Rusty, you lefty crybabies are funny. Hey, you guys see that, right? I wanted to show you guys proof that we're not crazy. I know I shouldn't be yelling. I don't know why I yell, guys. I am sorry. I am a yeller. Let me tell you something. This is why I would be a great politician. I don't need no damn microphone to talk in a room with 100 people. I can use my voice to talk to people with confidence and conviction and passion for the American people. Yeah. Oh, man. You know what? I pray. I gave you guys a chance. I love that you're in here. I love that you're trolling. But I always hope that when people get on my chat, on my live, that they ask me questions. Like Lope. Lope has disagreed with me probably on 90% of everything, right? But he came in with some real questions. Like his criticism of me talking about economics is legit. You got his freedom of speech. He can opinion. It doesn't insult me. That's what he believes, and he's right on what he says. But I already know what I know, and you can't keep filling a cup that's already full. So that's why, Lope, I appreciate your support. You actually gave me some real good questions. Your, how can I say, your negativity towards me was not insulting. It was disagreeing. And that's what this chat is about, guys. That's what it's about. You can dislike me. That's okay. I don't dislike you. I don't hate you. I told you many times, I love everybody. I know you guys don't believe me, but believe me, every chance that I get to tell an elder citizen, God bless you, how are you today? Lovely day, isn't it? It's so good to see you happy. May God keep strengthening you. You know, I see Mexican, hey, God bless you, brother. How you doing? Boom, boom. I see black people, hey, what's up, brother? What's going on? God bless you, man. And you know, I have conversations. This is weird for you creeps. But I have the greatest conversations in the sauna, even though after I'm done talking, I'm almost passing out. It's too freaking hot in there. And after 10 minutes, man, it's some hard work. But I have made such lovely friendships with different cultures, different ethnicities. As a matter of fact, I was talking with a friend today. He is a Mayan descent Mexican. And we were talking about the immigration stuff, and he agrees with me and everything. But I asked him, you know, I'm trying to find a way to communicate it, to let people know that I wanted to get papers. But at the same time, it's like I have to uphold the law, right? I'm not a police officer, but as an American citizen that I am now, I feel that it's my duty to respect that and make others respect that. If I see a crime being committed, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to do that. All right? And he agrees with me, and he even went beyond what I said. So that's a Mexican right there. And he's obviously Mexican-American now, but it's the truth. And, you know, I see people from Russia. I see people from Japan, Korea, or Chinese. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. I apologize about that. I can't tell sometimes, guys. I apologize. I don't even think they can tell the difference themselves. On their defense, though, I don't know. Maybe some are mixed. I don't know. Trinity says we got to learn to communicate and have civil discourse again, or the ruling class wins. I agree. Democrats lost the first Civil War, and Ghost, I hate to say it, they will lose it again. And it's sad because we will lose a lot of American lives that could be used for the good and the free will of this country. That, I don't know if I said that. Free will for this country. Is that a thing? I apologize. Are we great yet? You know, I believe so. In the midst of the storm of a hurricane, even the tornadoes, there is a hole of peace. While everything around us is going crazy, there is a little peace, the moment of peace, and that's where we want to stay. Chaos everywhere, but the spot where we're at, we are not being hurt by the storm, and we just keep moving with it, and we stay in it. Now, with that being said, it's just a metaphor. Don't go out there finding a tornado, see if that's true. You will get shredded to pieces. All right? Kevin says MAGA. 100%. Thanks for becoming a citizen the right way and learning the language. Michael Livingston, thank you, brother. Even though a lot of people say that I don't speak English the correct way. God bless their soul. I learned that from my Texan friends. Let's see. Make America great again. Eric, man, he always gets me with that shit. He always puts that in there. No, man. Keep that in the closet, man. Stick MAGA. MAGA, United States. USA. USA. Deacon Blue. Man, I'm looking for a guy named Dean. He is a guy that I used to work with at an apartment community, but I haven't seen him. Have you seen him? Tell me, have you seen him? David Morales is a wannabe. It's okay, brother. We can all want to be something. Chicano version of the house nuclear word. Good job, Dub. Let's see. What do we have? Anybody? Man. Slim G. My bad, bro. What's going on? He says, stop ignoring me, but yet your name, brother, just barely, I can barely get to your name. I grab comments. I don't grab the names. Uh, Lope Nope got a lot of information out of me because he actually put his name highlighted. Now, I do have subscribers here that are great supporters on my channel, and I thank you for that. I know Omar is not in here today, but I think Bobby is one of them. Trinity, you're the best. And I love you guys. I appreciate you. Oh, damn, man. Sorry, Omar. You've been so quiet, bro. I didn't know you were still here. My bad. Well, I'm glad that you were still there to hear it, brother. So you can see that I love you, man. I appreciate you. All right, Slim G. I see the laughing, but I don't see a comment. Did I miss it again? Shit. I mean, sorry, I apologize about that. I'm trying not to curse anymore, guys. I watched my live from a few days ago when I was threatened, and I didn't like the way I talked. I turned myself off. I don't know if you guys do that. I am very critical of myself on everything that I do. And I will tell you, I hate that. I listen to the live and I'm just like, what an embarrassment. But what I'm telling you today with facts and truth, I'm not embarrassed of that. I'm embarrassed when I speak the way that they speak to me. You know, that's what I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed of that. And I think that I can be better, but sometimes I just get the trigger and just, the ADD just says, I rule. Oh, man, I love it. I want to take some time to say, guys, thank you so much for subscribing, for liking my channel. I can't believe it. You guys pushed me to 2,300. And I remember like 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, when I started, I was like, guys, I just need you to get me to 50 people so I can start doing lives, because I like this interaction. I like talking. Even though I'm the only one public face and you guys are all incognito, it's okay. What are the facts? I think Frank fell asleep when I was talking about facts. I gave him points of reference. I gave them examples of what's been happening in the country. I even told them about the videos that he can go watch so he can learn himself. I gave articles, and Frank missed every single fact and truth that I have been showing. HD follows. Oh my God. Free education says raising amazing. Amazing. No, you share propaganda. You know what you think is propaganda? Because you're a leftist. You are a loyalist of a party. I just told you that I agree with Lope Nope, which was being very critical of me. And I think he's right to be. He has a right to question it. But I feel like I answered the questions right. And I got some people in here supporting me to back it up. Now, I do agree that he is sincerely, sincerely honest about what he believes and what he wants to see happen in this country. And I agree, man. What I really want is to see all of you guys successful, to live in peace. But I think a lot of people, they don't want that. A lot of people, they just want to fight. They want to live in chaos. You know, I know that struggling is how you feel you're alive, but to want to struggle on purpose, what is the kick? What gives? I don't understand. I don't understand. You know, Riley, right, the old man from the show, Riley. Riley or O'Reilly? Riley, O'Reilly. You know the guy, the thing, you know the thing. He has talked bad about Donald Trump, but he has also said, I can't ignore the facts. He's making peace deals. Like maybe he's not telling, hey, stop. No, but he is there as the mediator, and the leaders are agreeing. I said this before, 70,000 monks cannot be wrong about President Donald Trump winning the Nobel Peace Prize. I didn't say that. 70,000 monks, guys. 70,000 monks. Little third world countries that have been fighting wars for years are so thankful. The guy you call pedo, we call hero. And he is the one that, even though he's had a bad past, is the only one sacrificing his image, his money, for the well-being of this country. He's a billionaire, and I mentioned this before. He doesn't need to be president, but he hates to see the country being round, oh my God, thrown down to shambles. He's so patriotic. At least he has that kind of integrity to say, you can say whatever you want about me, but my country is number one. And by that, got it, when Japan and China was laughing at Biden, we were the laughing stock of the world. Canada didn't respect us. Mexico, they're still fighting. The world around us was hating us and laughing at us. Biden was too busy farting on the pulpit. The pulpit. What do you call that? The podium. My bad. Oh, you guys remember that? Remember when he fell on the stage and nobody pushed him? Remember he went to the wrong side of the stage and he thought he was going home? Remember when his wife helped him down 3 steps? I'm so proud of you. You answer every question. Now everybody knows what kind of ice cream is your favorite. Good boy. Facts. Yes, I'm making fun of them because these jerks hates us so much. They have been hurting this country for so long. The least that I can do is laugh at them. That's my word. Might not be a perfect Christian, but I can still use my freedom of speech and I can make fun of people if I want to, as long as I'm not racist or hateful. Remember when nobody told Donald he had toilet paper stuck in his shoe? Good times. I remember walking out of the toilet with toilet paper on my shorts. It got stuck on the, what do you call that sticky thing on your shorts? It's the tip of my brain. Somebody, what do you call that? It just, it does that sound when you, what? Velcro. I beat you guys. You guys suck. I had some toilet paper stuck in my Velcro in the back pocket of my shorts. That was embarrassing. Thank you, Trinity, but you're too late. Either that or oh, you know what? I apologize. I think it's because there's a small delay from when I asked. Thank you, Trinity. I apologize about that. Yes, Velcro. Even though I didn't know how to spell it. I just know how it sounds. USA, Benny Blank. That's right, baby. Gotta love America, man. This is one of the things that I will talk about every single time that I am on a live chat. America first. God bless America, and America always. Always. Herald of the Meme. How do you feel about tariffs? Anybody? Somebody told me, man, you keep repeating the same stuff over and over. And I'm like, bro, not everybody gets on this live at the same time. This is not like a pre-recorded that somebody can just play anytime. This is live, baby. I think tariffs are good for our country. I think tariffs are a good negotiating tool. Tariffs, by the way, have been canceled from Canada. The Canadian Prime Minister says we are canceling every single tariff, retaliatory tariff. Okay? They still have tariffs on us, but we can also tariff them. And if you are wrong, oh yeah, go talk to Carney. I just saw him say that on TV. Anywho, facts. We put tariffs on Canada because they had unfair tariffs on us. They retaliated with tariffs saying, hey, F you, America. You need us. We're going to take all the liquor off the stores. Buy Canadian, they say. Canadian only. No more American products. Today, they say, we are taking away all the retaliatory tariffs. Woo! Another one for Donald Trump. $600 million case. Boop, thrown out of court. Another one for Donald Trump. 6 wars stopped in less than 6 months. Another one for Trump. Woo! Man, it feels good to be on the right side of the law. God bless America. Benny. Listen, I'm going to give you guys some lessons. There was an old black man from my history class. He's the one that taught me world history. He taught me about civil rights. He's the one that taught me, wait, did he give me American history? Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, he did give me American history. He talked a lot about Martin Luther King. And Benny, what you said about Canadians, brother, take that shit back. Because we cannot hate the people that we may one day work with. You know what? Oh, shoot, dude, I didn't even know. Man, I have my earpiece. I don't know if the sound was any good. I apologize. You guys hear any difference at all on the sound? Simple yes will do. Nobody told me, man. You guys like mangoes? Oh. Ah. I'm holding myself. I can't eat it until I get off this chat, of this live. But I love you guys. Trinity says no difference. Okay, so that means the mic that this right here, this is my mic, all right? Scott says couldn't hear it. Drop the Kool-Aid, libs. Anyways, what I was saying about Martin Luther King, stop taking me to the side, man. Martin Luther King was fighting for equality. Now, I get it. Some black people say that he wasn't, and now, the white men bad, and they need to kneel down and ask for forgiveness and give reparations. I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in it. Oh, I just cursed again. I apologize about that. But he said that we are supposed to not hate the white people, he said, because one day when our civil rights are put together and we're seen as equal people to them, we have to work with them and live with them. And with that being said, I know there's a 98% chance that Alberta will not be a 51st state of the United States of America, but I believe Alberta has a lot to bring to the table, and we can protect Alberta like nobody else can protect them. Now, Saskatchewan has to follow. I like the Canadian peoples from Alberta. Now, unfortunately, this people, somebody, has been lying to our natives in Canada, and they say, we are not leaving. We are staying right here. I don't know if they translated to natives the wrong way, but they're not going anywhere. They are staying right where they are. All they're changing is they become a state, they make their own constitution for the state. Now they're going to work with the federal government of the United States of America, and they will have the protection of the greatest military force in the world. And Ottawa can't do jack squat to attack them, nor the natives that are from Alberta and Saskatchewan. Salud, I have spoken. Manitoba, is that the other one? Trinity, man, you are such a help. I love it. Bruce says utter nonsense. How dare you, sir? No, how dare you? Bro, I'm a jokester, man. I hope you guys know that by now. Hispanic man voters for Trump. Okay, hold on. Let me read that one. This guy talking smack. Hispanic man votes for Trump and thinks, oh, it's okay, I'm safe. Laugh aloud. You do not have the complexion for protection, my guy. No, we got a little racist on here, do we, Bibi? Feeling a little racist? I don't care. I have learned not to be racist. Let me see. Let me go take a look at this guy. Let's see. Of course, Bibi. James Quall. God bless you, James. I really hope that you get some of the anger out of you. Donald Trump for Guantanamo. Hey, speaking of Guantanamo, you guys remember that it was Obama, right, that freed those 5 terrorist leaders to bring an American back to the United States? You remember that? Man, that was so patriotic, wasn't it? Until we find out that the freaking American was a traitor to this country. And on top of that was a Muslim that hated the United States of America. How about that? Great job, Obama. You're welcome, Aunt Benny. Epstein, Jimmy, Seville. Just because how they look. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I missed it. But I know that today, Washington, D.C. is doing a lot better than they did a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was like what? Over 700 criminals arrested. Let me get the actual numbers here. Washington, D.C. Arrest. Oh my God, it's already there. I mean, these guys know what I'm looking for. Where we at? Anybody has the numbers in there? Anybody? No? Let's see. Let's take a look at CNN. Let's get some facts from CNN, guys. This is 18 hours ago. Trump's DC takeover produces moderate drop in crime and huge spike in immigration arrests. Does that mean that illegal immigrants have to do with the crime in DC? Say it ain't so, Joe. Oh man, the faces of these people in the subway, they look so sad that they can't commit crimes anymore. Guys, no, why would you take the freedom of these criminals? Washington, in the first week after the White House effectively seized control of Washington, D.C., police force and deployed federal to the district, the city saw a moderate drop in report crime and a far larger surge in arrest of immigrants, a CNN analyst of government data found. How about that? CNN is reporting, guys. In the week beginning August 12, the first full day the Trump administration had control of the Metropolitan Police Department, property crimes dropped roughly 19%. Woo! Compared to the week before, and violent crime dipped by about 17%, according to the most recent public data published by the MPD. That was not Trump. That was not the administration. That was CNN, guys. That's your cup of tea, isn't it? Let's see. And CNN is admitted, the Trinity, and they're beautiful. They can lie for so long, but at the end of the day, they have to admit the truth. And the truth shall set you free. All right. This is not an advertisement for CNN. But what's that racist black girl? Not Joy. The one that fights with the Republican dude. With Jennings, I think is his name. Whatever, that black lady there, she's always racist. She's always trying to defend racism in her show. She never agrees that the white man has done a lot to help the black communities. I don't agree with that. I don't play that. So I have to disagree with her. Those trends vary widely by types of crimes. However, while robberies and car breaks-in were down by more than 40%, other thefts were flat week to week, and there was a 6% increase in burglary cases and 14% increase in cases of assault with a dangerous weapon. The data shows there have been 2 murders since President Donald Trump signed his executive order taking control of the department, which is consistent with recent weeks in D.C., though none since August 13. So you guys heard that right. There was 2 murders that happened when Trump signed his executive order, when he signed it. But after that, nothing. They are safe. Check this out. Assault with a dangerous weapon, crimes report to DC's Metropolitan Police. Assault with a dangerous weapon shows 14 from 16, 16 from 17, and then 1 from 2. So that actually went up. Motor vehicle theft went from 83 to 65, and then robbery from 25 to 14. Theft from auto from 139, guys. Washington, D.C. is small, down to 14. Theft from auto, 139 to 71. Other thefts, that hasn't changed much. So there's a lot of pickpocketers out there. Scott, hola, is the Trump supporter? Let me stay country. Yes. I have no, Scott, what the hell are you saying, brother? Uh, Enter says, your brain is small. Yeah, it is. It's very tiny, but it's a very good used brain. My brain is like this little, guys. Here. My brain is a lot smaller than this. No, I can't even say that. Hold on. I'll show you how big my brain is. My brain is as big as this memory card reader. The good thing about it is that all of it is being used. You leftist people have a big brain, bigger than this mango, but it's empty. There's nothing useful in there. I'm just playing. That ain't right. I apologize about that. I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are just misinformed. CNN, thank you for your cooperation. Let's go ahead and see what MSNBC reports. Wait, did they change their name? MSNBC on Washington, D.C. Oh, man, let's get some facts. I want to use leftist stuff in here. All right, let's see. We are trending towards martial law. Isn't that crazy? So you saw the statistics that CNN put out. You heard what I said about D.C. being a lot better. Now let's take a look at MSNBC. I'm not going to play this stupid video. I don't need that. But MSNBC says, we are trending towards martial law. Former Trump officials slam National Guard's deployment to D.C. Man, that's horrible. National Guard, they're horrible people. They must not be American. Here we go. President Trump's military presence in Washington, D.C. continues to escalate, with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirming that National Guard troops deployed in the Capitol will now be armed and authorized to carry out local law enforcement duties. Ooh, they got deputized. That's what I'm talking about. And Trump himself is making clear his deployment may not end anytime soon. They can renew it 30 days at a time. That is true. In fact, he's floated keeping troops in D.C. indefinitely. Why not? It's a federal state. Well, it's not a state, but you know what I'm talking about. The thing, you know the thing. Even suggesting other cities like Chicago could be next. No, MSNBC, Chicago is next. And so is going to be about another 17 or 18 cities, because this country has been dirtied up by Democrats for way too long. And it's time somebody did the dirty job. Even though he looks like a tyrannical authoritarian king that thinks that he can do whatever he wants, let me check you on that. He's doing what we asked him to do. He's doing what he promised the people that he was going to do. And like I said earlier before, if the government, if the mayor of every state and city fail to protect their citizens, and they decide that they want to go ahead and hide criminal illegal aliens in their sanctuary cities, there's another thing coming. And I hope Washington State, Oregon, and California are the next states in line, because we got to get rid of a lot of crap in here. Now, let me tell you, there's a lot of good, even though they're illegal, there's a lot of good illegal immigrants in here, but illegal is illegal. The fact is, if you go to Yakima, Yakima is so filthy with gangbangers, not just MS-13. When I lived there, within a year, guys, a family of 4 done at a corner eating tacos. A guy got stabbed in the belly for a few dollars. He got mugged, stabbed in the belly waiting for the bus so that he can go to work. That was probably his bus fare that they stole. Somebody tried to pull a gun on my wife because she was in the front yard and she happened to be wearing a red shirt, and both of my kiddos on the lawn while I was at work. She turned around, saw the guy with the gun, and the guy turned around and left. This is Yakima, Washington State. And yet, we are a sanctuary city. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I gladly say, I don't know the song, guys. And I stand up next to you. God bless the USA. I'm going to look at the lyrics of that song and I'm going to learn it. I'm going to sing it, doggone it. And because if I sing it, I don't get in trouble, I think, for singing it. Anybody has the lyrics? Let's get some lyrics in here. I'm just kidding. I think that it's great. I'm watching this video here, and I see the National Guard. I see the K9 unit. Man, it's so awesome to see Americans, our military, protecting us. They know the crime is a serious thing, guys, and they're protecting us. Cool Cat, when is your CD music coming out? Man, you know what I'm saying? Man, if I get my voice tweaked, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get somebody that knows how to fix audio and, you know, the notes and all this, I'll probably be famous just like any of these guys that can't sing without effects. You hear any of the famous singers right now sing without an effect. They sound horrible. At least I know I'm free. Defend her still today. Yeah, that is part of it. But that's not the part where I was. I was lost, my man. I was very lost. Trump is the best president ever. Ellie, I agree 100%. Thomas Bailey, support, power to the people. A strength, United States of America. #1, baby. Albert, of course, we are celebrating America first, and we are respecting and loving our supported National Guard, law enforcement, and he comes in and says, what's your opinion on Jews? He said, Robert doesn't understand what illegal criminals are or somebody with a gun killing you needs protecting from. 1904. Don't ruin it. You came out in a timeout. You better behave, sucker. Behave, okay? Don't spam. You didn't get in trouble for the freedom of speech. You got in trouble for spamming. Be good. All right, welcome back, brother. He said, I'm back, snowflake. I like it. I like it. Just don't cross the line, man. I will go. No. I'm trying not to go off on people anymore. I'm trying to be a changed man. God bless you and President Trump. Thank you, CB. God bless you and your family. The Robert Chicken says, still our lost dummy. Robert Chicken, go ahead and tell me something good that Biden did in the administration. Go. I have to wait a few seconds, I guess. Emmanuel Paula says, you're right. I support your love for your country. In Brazil, we face a judicial dictatorship that denies us our freedom. I pray that you guys get your freedom back, man. I'm telling you something. A lot of communists around the world, they want America to fail because they know that we go and defend people like you. You guys don't even know this. You won't see this on the news. Damn, you guys are getting some insights here. You guys don't even know this. Now, I know that you guys think that I'm always lying. That's okay. You got your opinion. But by Pete's sakes, if this comes true, I better have 1 million subscribers on my list. And you better go recruit them for me. But here's the insight that I'm going to give you. No news outlet is talking about this. You get to hear the first BS lie, as you call it. Venezuela is still a very rich country. When we fix what we got to fix here in the United States of America, I have a lot of faith. And I believe Donald Trump is going to fight till his last day in office. And I believe that God's going to put J.D. Vance as the next president. And what's going to happen is we are going to take out Maduro. We're going to get rid of those communists that are oppressing the Venezuelan people. We'll get rid of that regime. and will free the Venezuelan people. And if Brazil is still being oppressed, whoever is oppressed in Brazil is going to have to think twice about oppressing Brazil from then on. And when the Venezuelan people get freed from the communism that has taken them over for the last few decades, they will become an ally like the United States has never had before. And they will bring a lot of prosperity to American people and all those migrants that become citizens, residents, or even just legal workers here in this country. Mark my words. All right. That's all I got for you. Now, if it doesn't come true, I don't need 1 million subscribers, I guess. But if it does, remember our pact. There's 165 witnesses that I said this first on this channel because nobody else in the world is talking about it or saying anything about it. You can take that to the bank. We don't need any Venezuelans here, Scott. You're talking about Tren de Aragua. We get rid of Maduro, Tren de Aragua goes away. But we got to do it. Tren de Aragua is not a good thing. But believe me, brother, the Venezuelan people, they are almost like Alberta to me. They still have a bunch of resources that would benefit the United States of America. And I even heard an interview that was done from a hidden place in Venezuela. And one of their leaders said that if we were to get rid of Maduro for them, that they will send us billions of gallons of oil, and that they will make a commitment to be a best ally for the United States of America. And I can tell you, I've always supported in Honduras the party, which is what we call a liberal party. Not like here, it's different. A liberal party in Honduras means that you believe on the well-being of the nation, but you are pushing for relationships with foreign leaders, specifically the United States of America. Now, that is the party that I supported because my mother supported that party, and that's what they believe. Now, a lot of people have voted the last one because they say he was a criminal. He did the best things for Honduras. I get it. His brother was a criminal, but that, inflicted the whole family. He looked guilty. He's in jail over here in the States. President, what's his name? Orlando. He's in prison here in the United States of America. He's the president of Honduras. And now we have a liberal female president that is so incompetent. I don't know. She's not doing a good job. She's not Georgia, the prime minister from Italy. If she was that, oh my God, Honduras, we're back in the map. And we would have very strong relationships with the United States of America. But she, listen to this, she, like many leftists in this country, she raised taxes on businesses and the middle class and the wealthy. And now there's a lot of less employment because of that. There's more regulation, less employment. This is why I don't like that for this country. Because the same thing will happen here. We need to deregulate. We need to tax cut for the rich and the middle class so that they can make jobs for other people. People like me. Ignatius, you are expelled, removed. You are in timeout for 24 hours, my friend. Put in timeout. Let's go. 24 hours, you're punished. Okay, bye-bye now. Scott says, when has that ever happened? Trinity, you're welcome. What are you questioning here, my friend? What I said about Honduras, what are you questioning here? Of course, Make America great again. K-May, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tax cuts. Let's see. When has that ever happened? Okay. I'm trying to follow your comments. I apologize for taking too long. Tax cuts. You haven't seen them if you live in a blue state. I'm sorry. But if you live in a Republican state, you have seen the tax cuts. Here, let me give you an example between a Republican governor, just one, because we can have bad on both sides, right? But I'm going to give you one example between a Republican governor and a Democrat governor. Let's start with mine. My governor, Bob Ferguson, he raised the tax for rent control. He raised property taxes. People are going crazy in the real estate here. That's your Democrat governor, okay, here in Washington State. In Florida, DeSantis says we don't need property taxes. If you pay taxes on the cost of your house, that's it. Now you might say this. Oh, Reagan was, I love Reagan. I don't know what you guys been talking about, but I love Reagan. Here we go. I know that many of you believe, this is what you believe because this is what you were told. You believe that you have to pay property taxes so the government maintains the roads. That is false. They just keep that money for themselves. What pays for your roads, infrastructure, bridges, etc., is the gas tax. I might be getting in trouble here. That might not be accurate. That might not be accurate. But I'm telling you, what I've heard from the government here, that's what the gas tax was for roads, for highways, etc. So property taxes, you have a loan for $500,000. You pay that loan for 15 years at a higher price, or you pay that loan for 30 years at a lower price in mortgage. But you were taxed. Every year you were taxed. Once you pay off that loan and the property is yours, you shouldn't have to pay taxes anymore. Now we pay sales tax, we pay gas tax, right? So whenever we buy something, oil, food, whatever it is, we're paying a tax. That's the tax that's supposed to be used for infrastructure. That's the tax that is supposed to be to make this state great. But that's not what it's used for. They have too many NGOs. And nobody can track that money. Best money laundering business ever. This is why, see, Letitia James, she thinks we're stupid. But Letitia James accused President Donald Trump of money laundering. We're going to investigate him, and we're going to find out where all this money comes from, and we're going to do this. And I'm going to go every day, I'm going to go into the office, and I am going to be so happy to be suing this man. Illegitimate president, he says. And then, say democracy. Say democracy, says Democrats. Say democracy. Guys, say democracy. Say democracy. What they're saying is, F Republicans. F Americans. Democracy for them means democratic name. It's not an actual democracy. You see, you cannot have democracy when you cheat on elections. Many mayors from other states are getting busted on mail-in ballots. Many people cheated on mail-in ballots. Oh, Noseman, you just came in and now you're going to be in timeout, bro. Peace out, 24 hours. I don't want to see you today. Don't spam the chat. Vet says liar. Go ahead and tell me why, Vet. I'd like to hear your opinion. What am I lying on? Stop being kiddish, bro. You don't have to spam the word liar. Just tell me why. Give me your input, your honest input, for free. Go ahead. I'll give you the floor. Mail-in ballots are not cheating. It's not that they're cheating, it's that they're easy to corrupt and change. I had 2 of them sent to me. 2. Lord, liar, go ahead, tell me why. Renee, my friend, Dennis, will God let anybody use nuclear weapons? Yes, he will. But when they come to destroy Israel, he will stop them. That's it? Period? What? That's all you have? Mail-in ballots are not cheating? What the? Bro. What the? What? That's all you got? Man, I'm waiting for some information here. You missed it. No. What I'm telling you is, dead people voted on the election. Mail-in ballots were so easy to replace. Easy. Democrats don't even like to ask for an ID to vote. Wow. Yeah, see, we're in trouble. That is 100% fact. They don't ask for ID, especially down in California. You probably don't live in a sanctuary city. They don't ask them for ID. There has been people that have come up and say that they were trying to vote, and when they pulled out their license to show who they are, they said, no, you don't need to do that. Don't do that. Just go ahead and keep it. I get it. That's God right there. That's God. He is in office because God allowed it. Many people got caught before those ballots were able to change. And go look it up. How many arrested for mail-in ballot fraud? As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll do you guys a favor. Let's take a look and see if what I saw was true. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Mail-in fraud. People in jail. Let's see if I can find something here. Vet, I'm going to make you eat those words. Federal prosecutors have secured convictions and sentencing for numerous individuals involved in mail fraud schemes 2024-2025. Recent cases included schemes run by postal workers. Maybe you're a postal worker. You liar. You're the liar. Look up your crap before you tell me anything. Executives at data brokerage firms and members of transnational rings. Penalties for mail fraud are severe, with a base punishment of up to 20 years in federal prison. Don't ask us stupid questions about how many. If they can do it, anybody can. You think corrupted politicians won't put their dirty hands on there? You think it was a casualty? It was just a coincidence that a pipeline breaks in the building, which didn't. They send everybody out at night, and just a few people come in there and start counting votes. And what happened? Trump was ahead by several 100,000 votes. And then we come back in the morning, and all of a sudden, 700,000 votes go directly to Biden. Get out of here with that, bro. I've been following this for so long, bro. Don't even bring that crap. If you're brainwashed, that's you. Go look it up. It's there. Look it up. Do your homework before you start accusing people. This is what I'm saying. This channel is for you to come here and do a debate. Show me some facts. If you tell me something is a lie, you tell me why. If you tell me something is true, you tell me why. But don't come over here insulting corruptions and everything that you want to throw at people because you're ignorant. Come on, man. We're all Americans. We want the best for this country. Let's make it great again, man. Oh, man. Google it. Mail-in fraud, people in jail. Just Google it. This guy is talking about the 3 individual sentenced for participating. 121 months imprisonment. 4 individuals on the other one says charged with $63 million mail theft. You think mail-in ballots are safe? Come on, man. You know what's safe? Me going to the booth, using my fingerprint, using my license, showing my citizenship proof, my passport of citizenship. Them looking me up in the system and say, okay, Dennis Herrera, yes, you are a citizen. Yeah, you're allowed to vote. Here you go. That's safe. That's secured. Mail-in ballots? No, bro. No. Just Google it. Is your answer? What's your answer? Man, these people. Man, but thank you for coming in and checking in. Welcome says, no, he is a retired veteran. You have spent 20 years, nothing. I'm a half a century old, fool. I have lived through enough to understand when I'm being bamboozled. Yes, I understand, but as I said, many Democrats flipped on the Democratic Party because they knew and they found out that they were lying to them. The amount of people were overwhelmed in voting. This is something Democrats did not expect. This is why Shifty Schiff thought that he can continue to push the Russia hoax and that he can continue to blame Donald Trump because he was assured that the Democrats would have won and then he would have had a high place in the CIA and then nobody was going to find out that everything that he did was fake. But guess what? All the celebrations that they have prepared, they didn't prepare them for the millions of Americans that were tired of being oppressed and lied by the corrupted, communist, new Democrat in disguise people. They didn't amount the millions of people that flipped. And that's why we won. In all reality, we didn't win by a couple of million. We probably won by a lot of millions. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, President Trump won, but it was no coincidence. It was no joke. Even if they try to cheat, even that wasn't good enough. You know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of that old story. Remember the story with the rabbit and the turtle that they used to tell us back in the days when we were kids? That is where I'm at. The rabbit just boom, boom. You know, he thought he was fast, right? So he's going to take his time. He fell asleep. But the turtle kept persevering. Guess what? Guess who won? The turtle. The rabbit was conceited, egotistical. He was sure he had the win on his belt. Fell asleep. The turtle wins. Donald Trump is our president, whether you like it or not. Go ahead, man. Give me some facts. I'll put you in time out for 5 minutes so you can stop saying liar. Time out. Bad behavior. When adults act like kids, you treat them like kids. Oh, man, it's 8:37. Damn, guys. Now, who is the slave owner over here? You guys are running me like a slave on YouTube. All right, I'm going to go ahead and answer a few more questions. I am down to, how many people are watching? 79 people watching. All right, 80. I want to say, really, I don't know if Lope Nope is still here, but I want to say thank you to Lope Nope for the chats, for the super chats. I appreciate him. He gave me a lot of hard questions. He criticized me, but his criticism was very, I think, was on point. You want to know something that is sad and funny? Go ahead, welcome. I'll give you a chance. What's going on? Oh, man, my ass is burning from this leather chair. Elena, love. Much love to you, sweetheart. But Trump only has 3 years left, okay? He's not going to run for a third term. But J.D. Vance is. and I think he might do it for a couple of terms. And then we have Rubio for a couple of terms, and then maybe Tulsi Gabbard might be the first president lady in office. Eric says, this guy. Eric doesn't believe me. It's okay, Eric. Scott says, that's why you are cool. Trinity. Oh, you lovely lady. Thank you, Mama. You support me so much. I feel guilty with the $5 super chat. Love you, Dennis, and I appreciate you, MAGA, bro. Thank you so much, sister. I love you right back. Thank you, thank you. Renee says, Dennis, you need to work for the White House. I can. Well, I guess I can, but I can't be president or anything like that. You have to be born in this country. I don't want somebody. Thank you, Trinity. I know. It's a blessing. Thank you. God bless you for that. I know that Obama didn't show his birth certificate, and the one he showed looked fake to me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think Obama was a legitimate president, and I think he also screwed up our country. But, that's for another story. Thank you, Trinity. I appreciate it. Tricia says, horrible beliefs and ignorance to be a supporter of Trump. That's why I support Trump, not the chump. God bless you, Tricia. Be nice, okay? I'm sure you're a lovely lady. Welcome says, if they care for women, ouch, they wouldn't let trans women in locker rooms or in women's sports. And that's another reason why Donald Trump won. Because even though there's a lot of Democratic loyalists out there, they're not crazy. And they still have morals. And there is boundaries that you have to keep. Caitlyn Jenner is one of them. I get it. I know. We don't support that, guys. I think I said this before in one of my lives, maybe a couple of my lives. Okay, listen to this. Jesus Christ told me that I have to love everybody as he loved us. So I do have a limit on what I support. Like, I don't support the sin, but I do support gays and lesbians. Not on what they do. I mean, support is, and I get it. It is a sin. Maybe they can't control it. I get it, okay? I support that. But anything after that, I don't support. I think the LGBTQ is crazy. If you want to fight pedophiles, guess what the LGBTQ has in it? Pedophiles. If you support the LGBTQ, you are supporting pedophiles. You are supporting little boys mutilating themselves to become a fake woman with a man's body. Come on, guys. Don't make me say that again. Trinity at Art. It's tsunami. No, it's not. Blue Sonoma. I don't know what that means. King James had a gay lover. Probably. And I don't give a crap. I am not responsible for his soul. Clinton and Trump. Man, Clinton was too shady. I think that Hillary, what do you call that? Minuscule? Took his masculinity away. And she tried to keep it for herself, but then she got sick because masculinity is not for females. That ain't right, guys. I apologize about that. I don't mean to laugh at Bill Clinton, though I have the right to. Elena says, ignorance shows up in your rhetoric. Yes. You're in... What? Okay, you're in... Wait, I and you're a cult. And unfortunately, you do not realize it. Did Democrats tell you that? Because that's exactly what you're doing. You claim not to be responsible for King James' soul, but you have an opinion on everybody else's soul. Is that right? You, sir, are what they call a gas bag. Jason. Let me explain something to you. My job and my responsibility are different. I'm not responsible for anybody's soul, but my job is to share the truth. And if I share the gospel of Jesus Christ, that is my job. That is my duty. but I am not responsible for anybody's soul. So I'm not sure where you got that comment from. Maybe I just don't understand it. I am not here to judge you on what you do behind closed doors. But if you do that shit in front of me, I will judge you right there. All right. G-Body says, hey, Dennis, if you support, no, I don't support the LGBTQ, and say it's from God, it wasn't God talking to you. God is the same yesterday as today as thousands of years ago. I'm not sure, buddy, if I understood that right. I don't support the LGBTQ. I said if you do, you are supporting pedophiles because they are included in that group. MAGA rooting out evil, doing God's work. Amen. Christian extremist says the devil. Thank you, Trinity. Much love to you. God bless you as always. I got to say, Trinity is one of the smartest, more common sense, knowledgeable females that I know in my life. Like here, my life. I think my mother was, but she passed away, so maybe Trinity has taken the place. Marcus, I'm gonna give you a chance here. Guys, I'm reading these comments here for free, so don't be hating me. Just be patient. Marcus says, I'm from Atlanta. My grandparents from Atlanta. The great-grandparents from Atlanta. My dad's from Mexico. Came legally in 1985. Nothing wrong with that, brother. God bless you, baby. I love it. Man, that's a great Mexican right there. Nah, you're American. I apologize. I didn't mean to insult you. Even though Mexicans is not a bad thing, guys. There's a lot of great, beautiful Mexican people, but you know what I mean, right? Much love to you, brother. Antonio says, you will never be American. Oh, man, must be hard to be so envious and jealous of your brother. Ah, man, don't be hating, bro. The better things you wish for your brother, the more you will receive back in blessings. Trinity says maps are part of the the LGBT something. I don't support that at all, man. Ellie Boy says Sodom and Gomorrah, huh? Yeah, you want to know why this world is going to be destroyed? That's part of it. You have no idea. You're welcome, Trinity. January 6th, much? Go back to your country. Antonio, you came in late, man. We had a whole conversation about January 6th a couple of times. Now I'm saying my goodbyes reading the last comments. Your comment is irrelevant today. But tomorrow I will try. I got to play my game, guys. Got to play Destiny 2. I got to make some time for myself. Because Monday I go back to work. Oh, my God. And by the way, I'll give you guys an update. I completed my 3rd week of working out. I have lost only 3 pounds. But I moved up 2 holes in my belt. So I'm very proud of that. I'm still a little jiggly. This muscle that you see bouncing right there, there's still some fat I got to burn off of that. Got to work on it. Man, you know what, Trinity? I am so addicted to talking to people. No, I'm going to do a live tomorrow. I just don't know if I'm going to do it at noon, at 12, or if I'm going to do it at 5. I think because it's Sunday, I might do it at 12. I know it's kind of getting late for you, but if you're able to come in, hopefully you get to see it. Trinity, let's see. That's awesome, Dennis. Lose it slow and it stays off. I agree, and that is my motto. I wanted to slowly get rid of it. Plus, it allows for your body to recover. So if you lose weight slowly, I believe that what happens is that your body stays tight and you don't get all that loose skin. So it allows for your cells to relocate. Now, that might be completely off and it might be a complete lie, but that's just what I tell myself. And so far, it's working for me. So I guess being half a century old, it's not too late to get your body back. And I know that when you see my belly, the difference with somebody else that has a big belly is that their belly is getting bigger, but mine is getting smaller. So right now I look big, but eventually that thing is going to be completely tucked away and just nestled in there to never come back out. And with that being said, guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. I am a folk like anybody else. I'm a grateful migrant that was able to become an American citizen. And I'm very proud, even though a lot of people call me a sellout. I am very proud to say that I'm a Honduran American. Obviously, here in America, I'm an American. And that I love, respect, and honor not just this country, but the people in it, especially our military forces, all of the Navy, Air Force, Army, all the servicemen that protect us day and night. We don't see it. And when you see them as a National Guard in your city, you should be alive and rejoice that you're able to see the men that sacrificed their life and time to protect us all. I want to say, God bless you. God bless the USA. And may you all have a great night. Till next time. See you tomorrow. We'll do it at noon, okay?